So we try and pride ourselves on being uplifting in this podcast. So we're not going to talk about the Browns. We're going to talk about the Cavs.
Just a full-on punt. You're
Man,
welcome.
man. We're talking. Let's talk some Cavs tonight. Had the game against the Bucks. No Antetokounmpo, but Dame Lillard was still there for the Bucks. Cavs pull out the win, coming back to win. Uh, you know, still an undefeated team, 8-0. What a start for the Cavs to balance out some of the misery that we've seen from the other teams. But Drew,
Team
Team.
singular,
I was gonna
singular.
say the same thing.
okay, so Drew, you
Yes,
went to the Chargers game, but
I did.
let's focus on some positives here in the
Thank you.
Cavs.
Thank you. Yes, I'm thrilled to not have to talk about the game that I went to. So instead, let's talk about how this team, now this is just one half of tonight's game. They scored 73 points, but I think the really telling part of that is that Donovan Mitchell, I'm going to use the term only very loosely here, only had 13 of those points. That means everyone else put up 60 points against the Bucks. And yes, they were missing Giannis. And so, there's going to be a bit of an asterisk next to that, but still, that's a very good defensive team, like when they're playing at their best. And for the other players to put up 60 and to score 73 at half is really, extremely impressive. And the thing that I've been most impressed by this new coach, by Kenny Atkinson, by this new staff, is the amount of contribution they're getting from the non-superstar on the team, the non-superstars, right? Like I'm talking about pretty much everyone besides Donovan Mitchell. He's always going to be the best player on the team. He's one of the best players in the league. But Evan Mobley is playing like one of the defensive player of the year candidates, and he's contributing on the offensive end. Darius Garland, for the first time in his life, looks like he is moving with intention. Like there's a goal in mind. I'm not trying to knock Darius Garland. He's been a very good player. He's always somebody that could go out and get you 30 points when he has his games, when he has his days. But now with this new coaching staff, he seems to have a plan of attack. He seems to know and really understand the scheme and what is asked of him and what is not asked of him. And that has been super refreshing for me. We've always talked about like if we can develop these two players and develop these two players, and we're into year three now, and we're finally starting to really see those two come together in the context of the wider team, and that has been just incredibly exciting for us Cavs fans.
Speaking of defensive players of the year, Myles Garrett in attendance. That was nice to
Mhm.
see. The Cleveland spirit continues or remains. It's still there. So great to see Miles there. Eric, the team had a longer playoff run, but they had so many injuries at the end, and things just we said goodbye to JB Bickerstaff. Do you really think Kenny Atkinson is the change that's fueling this, or is it just a healthy team?
I mean, I would say maybe a certain percentage is a healthy team, but for whatever reason, they are playing with more passion. They're playing an up-tempo, good spacing offensive game plan that's pretty team friendly. That doesn't make it the ball kind of stop in one of the two guards' hands to begin the possessions. To Drew's point, there are other people that are getting involved on a regular basis. It's not Donovan, and then we'll figure it out from there. And the good news is that those other players are actually scoring the basketball when they're given those opportunities. I hope that continues throughout the season, but so far so good. I did hear a stat. I think it was Locked On Cavs podcast. I'll give them credit, but they have been averaging over 3 additional possessions per game this year than they were last year. Doesn't seem like a lot, but they've been making good use of those extra opportunities. So, whether that's 9 points, 2 points, or 1 point extra, it's good to see them get more chances. They entering tonight's game, they were number 2 ranked at 123.1 points per game, trailing only the defending NBA champions. They are first in field goal percentage. They're 24th in the league in free throws, and they're middle of the league in 3-pointers. So it's about getting opportunities and not settling for 3-pointers or hoping that they're going to get fouled and get to the line. So that's the positives. I think what JB instilled was that defensive mentality, the toughness. That's kind of taken a step back. It's been kind of up and down, but you know what? This is an offensive league. This is the NBA. This isn't high school. It's all about scoring the basketball. I like to play a little bit of defense. You saw Jared Allen get the pretty much the game sealing block with under 10 seconds against Damian Lillard. But the only thing that they're really in the top 10 right now is in steals. So I expect they're gonna make. It's gonna be kind of like a play defense when you need to. We'll worry about that more when the playoffs occur. But for now, I mean, just keep doing what you're doing. You got Mitchell 24.4 points per game, Garland at 17.9, Mobley at 17.7, and Allen at 15.1, all above 15. The other thing is that none of them have exceeded 30 minutes per game playing. Again, this is entering tonight's game, so not playing a lot, scoring efficiently. Maybe not a tremendous amount, but you're playing 30 minutes out of 48. So a lot of good stats there, and I think Atkinson has taken what he's learned from Brooklyn and Golden State, and taken that with him. And I think that the team's really thriving. Maybe that was the end of JB, that whole Jared Allen with the rib and how he didn't want to play through it, and that that was kind of the end of the road. And maybe the clean start helped, but whatever's working is working. So I'm happy to see it, and I'm excited to see the rest of the season.
Cavs had points last year where they did play well as a team. You had different guys step up, but that continuity that the Cavs have, they didn't really make big changes. Even the Knicks, they've made some changes to their core to change. Celtics are looking really good to start out this season as well. But the Cavs, the same core of players, it's exciting to see. Will they continue to develop this offense so it doesn't become stagnant in the playoffs? We'll have Donovan as that ultimate weapon, but really would love to see team, but a high functioning offense continue to develop this season.